Deciding what to include on your classroom website can be a bit of an overwhelming process. Really, the first thing you need to do is decide what your students really need from you. If they're not in class, or if they were in class but maybe forgot to bring something home, what would they want to be able to get at home online to be able to contact you or stay up to date on what happened in class? So what I have included here are just really my suggestions. You can create and lay out your website however you'd like to, but this is something that I think would work for a lot of students. So again, here's my home page. And I've got this menu over here on the side. If you'd like, you can also put the pages up on top, and that really doesn't matter, just so long as students can somehow get to all of the different pages. And again, if you click on pages on the toolbar over here, you can just go down to add a new page, and all of your pages will appear here. So here's the home page, and I don't really have any information on it right now, but you could include maybe some scrolling bar or contact information. Whatever you think the first thing students should see when they open this website would go obviously on the home page. I haven't added too many pages because this is not an actual website I'm using with students just yet, but as the year would go on, I'm assuming more and more pages would be added. So I've decided to add an announcements page, calendar, a spot for Unit 1, which would be our reading of Lord of the Flies, additional resources that they might find useful, and a spot to contact the teacher. I'll just go through each one quickly to show you what I have. Right now, there's only one announcement, but obviously I would have to continue updating this as the weeks went on or as the days went on to either include reminders about upcoming assignments, quizzes and assessments, project due dates, and things of that nature. Where I have calendar, and you don't need to dedicate one page to this, you can incorporate this on a different page, but I've actually been able to link my Google Calendar to this page. So if you've already got a Google Calendar that's full of upcoming assignments, like I've actually got our assignments for the pilot in this calendar, that might be really helpful for the students to see, and will help them to stay on top of anything that's coming up in your class. If we go to Unit 1, Lord of the Flies, you'll see that I've included a couple of resources here, and I have included a cover of the book, and then I've included a couple of different hyperlinks that students could click on to get to different resources. Adding a hyperlink is extremely easy. You would just simply click on a word or the words, or you can do it with a picture as well that you'd like to link to. So in this instance, I've selected here. And then you would click on this link symbol, insert link, and you copy and paste the link that you need. And then when students click on that, that will open up in a new tab. So you can add as many resources as you'd like. You could make a page within a page for more Lord of the Flies or whatever resource you're including here. Next, I've included some additional ELA resources that would be helpful for both students and for their parents. So these are two websites that I use a lot with my kids, vocab.com and commonlit.org. And I've also included a link to the Next Generation Standards so that students and teachers could see how what we're doing in class lines up with the expectations of the standards. And then lastly, this is always a good thing to include on a site. I have a spot for students to contact the teacher. I made this contact sheet on a Google form, and you can very easily insert or embed Google Forms right into your site. And so that's what I did. This is something that I had in my Google Drive. Let me show you here. It's a Google form. And again, I just very simply imported it from my Drive. Now, again, these are my recommendations. You may want to set up your site differently. You might want to include different resources, more pictures. Again, this is really just my example, but also the site that we're using for our pilot was created with a Google site, so you can explore that as well and see how I have organized our class, and you could follow that example as well.